I'm Andrew.
And I'm Glo, and this is Partly Cloudy.
Today, we're breaking down how you can measure the impact of your advertising efforts on consumer behavior across the purchase journey. Let's dive in.
Let's do it. So when it comes to using AMC to measure the impact of your ad strategies, Andrew, where do you even start?
Sure, it's a simple three-step process. The first thing you want to do is to identify the metric you want to measure. It could be looking at new-to-brand shoppers or how often you're getting them, or it could even be how much you're spending to drive those new-to-brand shoppers. The second is to establish a baseline. Looking at something similar, essentially this is what we will measure against later. And the last one is to run the analysis within AMC and then compare it to your baseline.
Exactly, but when you're establishing that baseline, there are some really important things that you need to consider. One is that purchase window. Think about if users purchase your products multiple times over a certain period, or maybe it's a mattress company where you purchase one item every few years. Second, exclude those seasonal shopping holidays. That really sways your data. Also, make sure that your products are actually available to buy at the time that you're doing that analysis. And lastly, don't focus on just one product. Really get that holistic view of your entire portfolio.
So you have your baseline. Now you need to decide what you want to measure against. And the opportunities here are pretty endless. Glo, do you have an example for us?
Yeah, the goal is to look at how your strategy is impacting your performance, right? So a good example of this is if you notice shoppers are purchasing your products twice within a specific time period, but they're not using that subscribe and save button. So if you've implemented a totally new strategy to boost that subscribe and save rate, you can then look back to that original baseline we created and see if your new strategy actually led to more shoppers using the subscribe and save button.
That's a great way to look at shoppers that are lower in the sales funnel, but we can also look at shoppers that are just entering that sales funnel. Before running a streaming TV ad, a brand could establish the baseline of branded searches after a DSP exposure, then run the streaming TV campaign, then run the AMC query to figure out which terms were searched after being exposed to that streaming TV campaign, and ensure that search campaigns are set up to capture that increase in traffic.
And this is really just the beginning. There are so many different consumer behavior paths that you can analyze that will really help you improve your ad strategy for the future.
Stay tuned as we'll be joined by a special guest in a future episode who'll be sharing tips on how you can leverage these insights and turn them into actions with AMC audiences.
Until next time, keep your head in the clouds.